Hi, it's Sunday the 15th of November and I'm a day behind where I really intended to be, but we had a very busy Saturday. Right, I'm standing here in front of you with wet hair. I haven't just come out of the shower, I've just come in from the rain. We decided to go for our morning walk and the heavens opened. And it's so funny because you think, oh, I felt a spot of rain. Well, I felt a spot of rain on my face, and then the next thing I felt like somebody had tipped a watering can over my head. It just came down in a deluge, didn't it, Joe?
Yeah, it's crazy.
And Joe was just commenting on a young lady who was running past us on the other side of the road in cut-off leggings and a vest. And he said, why would you go running in November in, dressed like that? And then, as I say, the deluge just fell. And the poor girl, she must have been frozen to the bone because the cyclists that were out there were struggling to pedal into the wind. It was that bad. And within 5 seconds, I was wet through to the skin. And I'd got trousers on, Marks and Spencer's trousers on, and I'd got boots on. And by the time we got home, even my boots were full of water. It was so bad. It's a long time since I've been caught in a rainstorm like that. So as I say, I'm standing here in front of you with wet hair. But never mind, it's not important, is it? And a day late. So am I on the ball? Am I keeping it simple? The heading of my video today is K.I.S.S, KISS. Keep it sustainably simple. I've always liked that phrase. You know, when people say to me in the past, oh, KISS stands for keep it simple, sweetheart, or keep it simple, stupid. I was talking to Joe about this in the week, and a bit later on he sent me a text and he said, to me, it means keep it sustainably simple. And I said, I'm going to adopt that, Joe, because what we try to do with our lifestyle and our food, and for me with my Slimming World plan and Joe with his plant-based plan, is to keep it sustainable. Because if we don't keep it sustainable, we're both very much of the character that if it gets hard and if we get tired or bored or frustrated, and it feels hard, we won't do it. It's easy to find that cop-out, isn't it? You know, when one half of your brain, I think it's the left half, is the one that does the thinking and the idea planning. The left half of your brain is saying, Jane, you want to stick to plan, you want to lose weight this week. And the right half of my brain is going, yeah, but I also want to enjoy my week. I also want to put my feet up and chill out with a book, an audio book. I also want to... And the two halves of my brain are conflicting because they both have what they think of as good intentions, but the doing half of my brain, which is the right hemisphere, is thinking, how little can I do? Because I'm lazy. And the left half of my brain, the left hemisphere, is thinking, you ought to be doing this. So if I don't keep it simple, plan in advance, and like stay on top of it, I am always going to fail. I mean, you might watch my videos and you might think, oh, she has it easy. She's at Target. She's been at Target. In 3 weeks' time, it'll be 5 years she's been at Target. She's cracked it. She's got it. I haven't. I'll tell you something for nothing. This is the simplest of plans, but it ain't easy. And it ain't easy because I get in the way of it. So I might stand here today and I might say to you, yeah, I've had a maintain this week. I'm 9 stone 5. That feels good. I'm still working on it on a daily basis and all that sort of stuff. But don't ever think for 1 minute that I've got it easy and everybody else finds it hard. Because I battled this problem for over 40 years. Well over 40 years. And I might be around some sort of target weight today. I might be around a size 8, 10, 12 today. But it's not perfection. And it's not... I haven't crossed any finishing lines. It's hard work, but only if I make it hard work. So we're talking about keeping it sustainably simple. Now, I'm looking at my life on a daily basis and the things that affect me today. And believe me, my life isn't a doddle, it's not a dream. It's frustrating because I'm blind. But I don't want you to feel sorry for me because that for me is normal. But it does sometimes get in the way of what I'd like to do and when I'd like to do it. There are things in my family that I don't talk about on here that we're dealing with on a daily or a weekly basis. It's not YouTube news, it's family business. There's all this sort of stuff going off every day, same as there will be in your life. because nobody's got it easy. But if I don't keep my food simple and my lifestyle simple, that's when I'll crash and burn. Because it becomes the easiest of excuses to overeat, to binge eat, to comfort eat, or just be bloody greedy, which is the most natural thing to me. So I wrote a few things down today because I want to talk about different aspects of my life and how I'm learning to keep them simple, because my life used to be complicated, so complicated by me. Because I would sit and procrastinate all day long and see how complicated I could make it, because then I had an excuse not to do any of it. And my house was a tip, and my life was a tip, and my food was a tip, but it's not today. So, the first thing on my list, I believe, is shopping. We've been looking at the fact that just of late, all the Christmas junk is coming into the supermarkets, and it's just a bigger temptation to us as a family as it is to anybody else. Now, I'm lucky because I can't see it, but I tell you what, I can smell it. The minute I walk through the door of the supermarket, I can smell chocolate. I'm like a bloodhound. I don't want to be buying all that stuff. I can crack and buy it. I'm human. But I don't want to put myself in the way of that temptation. So Joe and I had a chat earlier in the week, and we were talking about different ways of shopping. And I've always said I don't like online food shopping, because I don't like the fact that they don't pick the things as carefully as Joe does. And also the fact that because we live on mainly fresh produce, if I'm shopping like a week at a time, I can't get a week's worth of fresh produce, and I will not freeze stuff, and I will not eat out of date food and stuff like that. I don't need to. So we made a decision that we will do a click and collect shop every 5 days. And we decided this early in the week and then couldn't get a click and collect slot until yesterday. But we started yesterday with our click and collect shopping, and we have to say, well, what would you say, Joe? Marks out of 10 for it.
I'd give it a solid 9.
Yeah.
It was good. I was in and out within like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was great. We live close enough to walk to our nearest click and collect supermarket if we only wanted to get a couple of bags full of stuff. So we don't need to do a weekly shop. There's no charge for the click and collect for them doing your shopping for you. You literally just pull into a bay. You've already messaged them to say you're on your way. You pull into the bay, the guy appears at the side of you with your shopping. You pack it into your own bags, you put it on the back seat of your car, you drive away. I mean, God, it couldn't be any easier. And the only thing that, well, 2 things that we laughed about. One, we'd bought a bag of cabbage and leek, chopped cabbage and leek, and it was on today's date, which means Joe will have to eat it today, whereas he probably wouldn't have had it till Monday or Tuesday. And 2, we had ordered an aubergine, and we would usually buy a big aubergine and have half each, and this is like little brother, isn't it, Joe? It'll do you one meal, won't it?
Yeah, it's cute.
It's cute, yeah. That's something. I've got Joe to look on the website, and you can't choose a large or a small aubergine. I mean, they're all the same price. You'd think they'd give you a big one, but anyway, we can overcome that. But all in all, click and collect, another form of online shopping that is aiding us at the moment, because it's keeping it simple. If we're not in the store, the temptation isn't slapping us in the face round every corner. And believe me, you know, in our big Asda hypermarket, they put chocolate in the fresh produce aisle. They put boxes of celebrations and heroes and Quality Street and stuff up every bloody aisle. You don't need that. You really don't need to be slapped in the face by that in November. It's bad enough if you've got to buy some to have some in the house for Christmas. But how many times have we bought it in November and had to replace it 3 times before Christmas? Or 5 times in my case. I just don't want to go there anymore. So the shopping side of it, we've decided we do a click and collect every 5 days, and we'll go to Marks and Spencer's once a week because we like a lot of their fruit. That way we can keep it simple and it's sustainable. Right, the next heading on my thing was
morning routine.
Morning routine. Right, I tend to wake up between 5 and half 5 every morning. I think it is an age thing. As you get older, you need less sleep. So I wake up between 5 and 5:30 and I wake up refreshed. I'm not like, oh, I don't want to get out of bed. I feel okay. But I don't like to get up too early because we live in a bungalow, and to get to the kitchen and be working in the kitchen, it's next to Joe's bedroom. So I'm banging around, clattering around, and he's awake when he doesn't need to be because being younger, he needs his sleep. So I woke up this morning about 5:30. I listened to the radio till 6, just after 6. And then I did my meditation, 20 minutes. And by then it was about 20 to 7. So I got up, I made my bed, went to the loo, I cleaned my teeth, I got on the scales. Now the weight I've given you today to say I maintain is the weight I put into Slimming World on Friday. So 9 stone 5. So I did all that sort of stuff. Then I head for the kitchen. I wanted to make a chickpea dal. I wanted to steam my vegetables for the day. I wanted to make the porridges for breakfast and that. And by that time, Joe was out of bed anyway. And we went in the kitchen together and we worked together, didn't we, Joe, for about an hour?
Yeah.
Prepping all our food for today. I made a split. Did I say chickpea dal? I didn't mean that. I meant a red lentil dal. I made a lentil dal. Joe chopped all the veg. I steamed the veg needed for today. Put the tender stem broccoli to soak. Strained the artichokes. Made the porridge. Well, between us we did. And everything is done. So when it comes to like lunchtime and that, it's simply put things into the steamer because it's all prepped. Some of my food is ready to go in the microwave and be warmed up. We've cooked the buckwheat. And that, for us, is keeping it simple. Because while we're in the kitchen doing one job, we might as well be doing 6 or 8 jobs. And then all the washing up gets done, all the surplus washing up. The kitchen's tidy again. We can go out for our, well, we had a coffee, showered, went out for our walk, got wet through, came back, but everything's done and it's ready. I'd even put the washing machine on at that time of day. So that by the time we get back from our walk, the washer's done. It's all about just keeping it tidy in my head and keeping it moving forward, because if I let jobs pile up, I'll end up sitting in my rocking chair in this corner procrastinating and nothing will get done. And I actually love being in the kitchen. I wouldn't say the kitchen is the favourite room of the house. I wish it was bigger and more, I could spin round, and I wish I had a central island and all the usual stuff. But my kitchen is very workable and I love working in my kitchen. Right, next one on the list, Joe?
Kitchen and bathroom.
Right, carrying on from there, why do I love working in my kitchen? I tell you, for nothing, because it's clean and it's tidy. Now, I remember a time when I always had a sink full of pots, when I always had a worktop full of clutter, when my kitchen cupboards were a tip and couldn't find anything, when my pot cupboard, you know, my plates and pots type cupboard could have done with a good clean out and a tidy and everything washed and refreshed. When, honestly, I've got a set of 4 drawers at the end of my kitchen when there were 4 junk drawers. But it's not like that anymore, because I've worked at keeping it clean and tidy. If you said to me any item that is in my kitchen, and remember I'm totally blind, but if you ask me for any item in my kitchen, I can go into my kitchen now and I can put my hand on it because I know where it is. I know it's clean, I know it's ready to be used, I know where my food processor is and all the bits that go with it, I know where my vegetable steamers are, and I've got 4 steamer things, I know where my soup maker is, I know where my blender, what do you call that blender thing we've got?
NutriBullet.
NutriBullet is, and all the attachments. Now at one time I'd have known where the base was, but I couldn't have found the right attachment. And just doing that and like making a method and getting rid of all the kitchen crap gadgets that I've bought over the years, and I think we all do that, you know. I mean, put your hand up if you don't. Put your hand up if you're not susceptible to being influenced and buying some bit of kitchen tack or some sort of chopper or knife or something that you think you're going to use every day and then you never use it. But I know where all those things are now. And my kitchen worktop, my longest worktop in my kitchen is 14 feet long. And I keep it clear. Because when I want to work on it, when I want to chop and mix and do all my jobs on it, I've got space to spread myself out. And I need that. I don't work very well if I'm like this. I need space. You'll never come into my kitchen unless we're just eating a meal and see pots in the sink. Because that is one of my pet hates. You know, at one time I'd have left them there for a couple of days and I wouldn't have cared. But now, while Joe's cooking and prepping, I'm washing up. My kitchen's clean and tidy and it takes no effort. But I will be honest, my bathroom's exactly the same way because we don't have anything in our bathroom that we don't use on a daily basis. So we don't have bottles of potions, lotions and 14 different types of shampoo and shower gels and deodorants and everything. our deodorants and whatever live in our bedrooms. Our shampoo and that is on the side of the shower, which is what we use on a daily basis. But there's nothing else apart from Joe's electric toothbrush in his bathroom, mine in mine. We don't have loads. Now, my bathroom at one time, the windowsill would have been full of every kind of bottle, most of them thick with dust because they never got used. Well, one day I just went in there and I went bang, bang, bang. You can all go. You're standing there, you're probably out of date, you've never been used, because we don't look at stuff like that. The creams, the lotions, the potions we use, they do have a date. You can't be using a cream that you bought 10 years ago because it's decaying. And I did. I used to didn't care. I do care today. So my bathroom, we use it, the shower and that, first thing in the morning, and it gets cleaned straight afterwards. And there's a reason for all this. There's a reason why I keep my kitchen clean. There's a reason why I keep my bathroom clean. And it's all about shame and guilt, because years ago I didn't. And if years ago somebody would turn up at my house unexpectedly and need the loo, or walk in through my kitchen, because to come in one way into my bungalow you're walking through my kitchen, I would have been full of shame. Because my bathroom would not have been clean. There'd have been a tide mark round the bath. The loo probably needed cleaning. The sink probably hadn't been cleaned for a week. There's toothpaste on it. And if my mum or dad contacted me and said we're coming over tomorrow, I'd think, oh God, I need 3 days notice because this place needs a bloody good clean and tidy. You know? Now today, I don't stress about things like that, because if you came to my door now and came in through my kitchen's clean and tidy. And if the first thing you said to me was, can I use your loo? My bathroom's clean and tidy. I used to make so much anxiety and stress for myself because I was slovenly. And I was fat. And I'm using that F word. I'm not using it lightly because I'm talking about me. I was fat and bone idle. And I'd spend all day thinking, oh God, I ought to have washed those shower curtains. Oh Lord, there must be a tide mark around the bath. Oh God, I haven't done this. Oh God, I haven't done that. And I'd exhaust myself thinking about it, but I still didn't get off my fat arse and do it. Today I do. I watch a lady on YouTube called Jennifer, and her channel is called A Country Life. Jennifer and I have nothing in common. She's got 7 kids. She's married to a cranberry farmer. She lives in an older house on a cranberry marsh. She's sighted, she's Catholic, she's got longer hair. Everything about us is different, apart from we're both Christians. And she's got 6 kids and then another, no, she's got 7 kids, but one of her little lads has Down syndrome, and it always lovely. I watch Jennifer, and she cooks and she cooks and she cooks, doesn't she, Joe? She's always in the kitchen. She's cooking all the time. She's feeding her family, loving her family with food. And she bakes and she roasts, and they shoot venison, and they're game hunters and all this, the trappers, and it's fascinating. And she is the loveliest of women. There's 2 women I love on YouTube, love to watch and think I would love to meet you. One is Jennifer and the other one is Shelby from the Queen's Cabinet. 2 really genuinely family orientated women who are so loving and so caring and such good cooks. But and they don't even have anything in common with very, very different people, but I love those videos. Now, when I'm watching Jennifer, if Jennifer suddenly decides to go and do a drawer out or go and do something in the kitchen, and I won't say her house is 100% pristine, she's got 7 kids, but it motivates me. And the same when I watch Shelby, because Shelby's house sounds like a palace, but she puts a lot of effort into it, you know. And when I'm watching them and suddenly they're like, oh, I must clean that. And it makes, I stop the video and I get up and I go and do something, even if it's only clean a drawer out in my kitchen, because I've got 4 drawers in my kitchen, as I said, and not one of them is a junk drawer now. They each have a purpose. One we keep all our dried beans and pulses in. The second, that's the bottom one. The second one up I keep my tea towels and dishcloths in. The next one up I've got my utensils for cooking in, and the top one is my cutlery drawer. And it never used to be like that. It used to be shove everything in where you can, and when you open the drawer, like, please God, don't let there be anybody in the room who doesn't live here, because I'd be ashamed. And it is so much nicer living in that sustainable, simple lifestyle. And that always, it can't help but knock onto my food, because when I'm out of control, when I'm living in a chaos, that's when my food goes to pot. when I'm in control, when my kitchen's tidy, my bathroom's clean, my lounge is tidy. It probably could do with a good hoover and dust, but it's tidy. When I live like this, then the food kind of sits in the right place. When I live in chaos, then my food is chaos. And it's all about just putting in simple effort, keeping the food simple, not having to cook elaborate meals every night. My food is very simple, and more so now I'm plant-based. I'm not out to impress anybody. You'll never see my meals on Instagram. I might one day cook a meal on a video. I don't know, I'm not sure how I'd like that. I don't know whether I'd like to be filmed while I'm cooking, because being blind, I probably do things a bit differently to you. I might do it one day. And you might see the odd meal picture. But I don't need to impress anybody. You'll never see it on a heart shape or a star shaped plate. Excuse me, you'll never see it with a fake glass of wine at the side of it and a flower. Because it's not about that for me. Food for me is just about enjoying it, only eating food I really like, and getting to the end of the day satisfied by what I've eaten and not feeling resentful. Because I can't have this and I can't have that. I'm more interested in looking at what I can have today. Right, what other things did I have on that list, Jen?
Bedroom, we kind of covered that.
Yeah, bedroom, I kind of covered that, but I will say we don't have televisions and things like that in our bedrooms. I rarely would take even my iPad into my bedroom. I've got Alexa in, I've got smart speaker in there, so if I wanted to listen to the radio, I can in the morning or whatever. But my bedroom is literally dead simple. I don't have a load of cushions. I've got the 4 pillows on my bed and my quilt and whatever. I've got a chest of drawers. I've got a dressing room off my bedroom, so my wardrobe's not in there. But apart from that, it's dead simple. Because when I used to have a television on the wall in the bedroom, I'd wake up in the morning. This is in my fat days. I don't do this now I'm slim. I don't know if that is related or if anybody can relate to that. But I used to wake up in the morning and I'd lie in bed, and this was in the days of Richard and Judy and stuff like that on the telly. I'd switch it on in the morning and I'd still be bloody lying there at dinner time. I thought I'd learnt a load of stuff about nothing. Celebrities I do not entertain these days. I really thought I was benefiting from lying in bed watching Richard and Judy until they finished at 12:30. Lying in bed with loads of food to eat, kept getting up, making myself another coffee and taking it back to bed. Oh, what else can I eat? What else can I eat? And Judy had a weight problem, but it wasn't as big as mine. And I used to watch her deflate, and because I could see in those days, she would deflate and then she'd inflate, and she would deflate. And Oprah, I used to love lying around watching Oprah. She'd deflate, then she'd inflate, deflate, inflate. I'm not having a go at these women because I deflated and re-inflated hundreds of times. But watching that on television, lying in bed till 12:30, and then thinking, oh, I can't be bothered. And then I'd get in the shower and then I'd stagger to the lounge and sit down and eat something else. I don't want that lifestyle today. I really don't want that lifestyle today. And I have got friends who've still got that lifestyle, but I don't hang out with them as much. That's something Joe's been teaching me. You are influenced by the people you watch the most and the people you hang out with the most. How did you put it, Joe?
It's the 5 closest people to you, and that can include people that you watch on YouTube or whatever. Like, you're just a mirror to the outside world, aren't you, really? You just
pick up,
reflect and pick up habits of the people around you.
Yeah. I mean, I've got some lovely friends who I think, oh, I'd love to be more like her and I'd love to be more like her. But am I ever prepared to put in the effort they put into having the lifestyle and the bodies that they've got? I mean, one of my friends is only 10 years younger than me. She looks 25 years younger than me, but she goes to the gym and she works out and she works hard and she puts a lot of effort into looking the way she looks. She's beautiful. But I get up in the morning, jump in the shower, jump out the shower, rub my hair with the towel, put the brush through it, and that's it for the day. Her hair is awesome. She gets stopped in the street and complimented on it because she's so beautiful.
But she spends hundreds of pounds on haircuts.
She probably does spend, but she don't spend any more on haircuts than I've spent on junk food over the years.
Yeah, but
It's
maybe your hair would look immaculate if you spent a lot of money on your haircuts.
Yeah,
I know you do,
see,
but...
I'm too lazy to make the effort with most of it. I'm too lazy. You'll never catch me playing tennis or going to the gym or, well, playing tennis is a bit daft, or putting in any effort, because I am always minimum effort. But that, in a way, is aligning itself nicely with keeping it simple. Because I don't need to impress anybody. I'm not on here to impress anybody. I'm just sharing with you how I'm living today that is actually aiding me staying somewhere around the weight I want to be. Not perfectly at the weight I want to be, because I'm not. I would like to lose 4, 5, 6 pounds somewhere along the line, but not today. As long as I'm on plan today, the weight will take care of itself. So I think that was everything I had on there, yeah?
Slimming World membership, but you're at 26 minutes.
Yeah,
so.
keeping it simple with regard to Slimming World. These are difficult times. I'm talking at you now, and I don't mean to. These are difficult times. We've all been out of group, more or less, consistently since March. So what, 8 months? It's not easy for those of us who rely on our groups. I know there are people who vlog and there are people who do Slimming World who say, I don't need a group. I can do it online, I can do it on my own, I can do it without any of that, I can just do it from my book or whatever. I'm not one of those people. I need to be a part of that tribe. I need to feel like I belong. I need to have other people around me who are doing the same thing and succeeding. The ones who aren't succeeding, I can just smile sweetly and wish them luck when they tell me I've had a perfect week and gained 6 pounds. I just smile. I don't want to judge people. It's too easy. But I need to be around people who are doing this. And the one thing that's kept me going for the last 8 months is my consultant and her commitment to this plan. Now, they were able to start groups up again relatively recently, well, end of September for us, but it didn't last long because of the national shutdown. I can't go to group at the moment because of social distancing and things, because I've always got to rely on somebody to guide me, so I've got to touch them. And it doesn't seem fair to expect anybody to put themselves in that place when I can't guarantee that they're not going to catch anything from me. So I can't go to group at the moment. But I mean, we're all back on Zoom and texting in our weights and things again, aren't we? I'm doing that. I haven't missed a week. But I was also proud to be able to stand here. I am also proud to be able to stand here and say to you, I joined Slimming World at the beginning of May 2015 and I haven't missed 1 week. Now that's not showing off, that's consistency, that's sustainable planning, because if I don't do that, if I don't keep it going, then I lose it big time. And the other thing in my head is like, I want that membership from 2015 to be consistent. I don't want to take a break and join again in January. And what I want to say to anybody who's watching this now, and I'm saying this with passion and enthusiasm, if you're thinking of, oh shit, just leave it till after Christmas now, we've only got 5 weeks till Christmas, 5.5 weeks till Christmas, I'll join again in January, don't do it. Keep going. Because in that 5 weeks, you can do enough damage to take you until March or April to have to undo. And it's not worth it, because the only day you've got to live is today. How do we know we've got January? How do we know we'll still be here in January and able to sign up again? How do we know Slimming World will still be here in January? If you want to lose weight, get on with it today. Don't put it off, don't procrastinate, don't sit in the corner like I used to do, thinking, I'll do it sometime, I'll do it sometime. That got me to 22 stone. And that sitting in that corner in my rocking chair will not keep me at the weight I am today. It just won't. So please, please, if you're thinking of putting it off until after Christmas, don't.
Past 29.
Okay, see you next week. Cheers.
Bye.